Pick the Nintendo Shack and pray. Frederick from Fire Emblem Awakening says, yo.
We're live. The Shack is back. I'm Caroline, aka Caro. I'm not going to say greetings, Koopalings, because that's Donnie's gig, and Donnie's not here this week. Donnie's on vacation, so I'm the one running the Shack. I'm a little nervous, but I got somebody to help me out. So I'm going to go ahead and introduce our special guest, Coach Mo from PSVG OT. What's up, dude?
What up, fam? Really weirded out that I'm here. Not gonna lie.
It's okay. You offered, and I was like, you know what? Yeah. I got to take you up on it because it might never happen again.
No. See, I'm a big Caro fan. I have the Caro t-shirt. I had the Caro bobblehead. It was made cheaply. You need to get a better company behind you. Right. But yeah, I'm a big Caro fan. Love you to pieces.
Oh, I love you too.
Yeah, Nintendo.
You're the one that said that you've played the Switch more than any other console this year.
Yep.
So
you're not wrong. Not any more than any other console. But just this last month, I played the Switch more than I have all of the months prior before launch.
That's insane. That's amazing.
A lot of hours.
I'm going to thank our Patreon producers really quick. Coach, who is just sitting here in the chair. Thank you. Edwin Callow, Barry Cathcart, Josh the Bonesaw Borboni, Chris McElfresh, Devin Tice, Cal Heyman, Benny Liu, a.k.a. Benji, Paul Calicote, and Joel the Professor Switch Voss. I normally do a haiku for one of you guys each week, but since I've gone through the list and done everybody, this is my haiku for the week. When Donnie's away, Caro gets to run the Shack and have way more fun. So, that being said, we get to talk about what we were playing. I've only been playing Stardew, again, working on my 100% thing, and it's like just a bunch of cooking and getting recipes, and I missed a lot of recipes, so I'm waiting for years to spin around so I can get the Sunday Queen of the Sauce recipe for the week. Other than that, nothing really different. I am just waiting until Fire Emblem, which comes out next Friday, and I'm kind of bored with games right now.
So I've been playing one game, and it's also Stardew. And
yes.
So basically what happened was, as we've announced privately, my wife and I are expecting again. This isn't, we're not telling the whole world. So listeners, please don't be, tagging me and hitting me up on messages. But just, when you listen, you can smile and know that currently, we're doing that. I have a dog who's whining next to me who wants the chicken that I set aside. So I'm going to reach out and pet her. And please shut your mouth, puppy. But yeah, I was laying in bed with my wife. We were hanging out, and I jumped right into Stardew, and I'm hooked. Like I've logged a bunch of hours in that.
So you're playing it on the Switch because it's portable.
I'm playing on the Switch because it's there when I'm laying in bed.
Okay, yeah. So I find like I've played this on the Switch way more than I've played Stardew on the PC because I got Stardew when it came out for Steam, and I'm on like almost year 4 on my current save file that I'm working to be 100%. Have you gotten married in the game? Have you had babies in the game yet?
I've had babies. My character did get married. You already know who. There's only one character you should ever marry if you're being a male.
Who's
Abigail.
That?
Abigail's the best.
Okay. I do like Abigail. I think probably my favorite girl is Penny.
Wow. I don't know how to talk to you right now when you say things like that. Here's the thing about Abby. Abby waters all your crops. She takes care of the animals. She makes you bombs, like to go into the mines with.
I forgot that she does that. Yes,
those are all Abby things. And tell me anybody else who does those things the way Abby.
She also plays the flute. Yeah. So, well, hang on. I lost Coach. Is Coach there?
Okay,
we'll just have to make a note. Hey, what's up? Sorry, it blipped out. So 3 minutes in, I'll just make a note.
Weird.
All right, so Abby plays a flute. She makes bombs. She's bomb diggity.
Yep.
Bet you couldn't guess who I've married.
She's
as a girl marrying a guy.
As a girl marrying a guy. If it's the whiny Joseph kid.
Who's the whiny Joseph kid?
We're gonna have an issue. He's the one who, if you like Abby, he hates you from the start.
Okay, so it might be the whiny Joseph kid.
Purple hair.
He's got black hair. He lives in his mom's basement.
Yes.
Yeah. So I love emo, and he's totally emo. Aside from him, I think like Shane is a very redeemable character, and to get to him, it's a really, really good story arc. He goes from being an alcoholic to being very redeemable, and you get blue chickens from him.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I'd be cool with that.
Yeah, just befriend Shane. He likes pepper poppers and beer. And I mean, it's super easy to befriend him. So
I can do that.
Other than that, have you been playing anything on the Switch? That's just it?
That is the only game I play on the Switch.
It's okay. I'm literally just like doing the farm life thing. I've been waiting for the new Harvest Moon game to come out. I've been waiting for the Rune Factory game, and there's a new Story of Seasons game that's coming out later this year, but I've still got to wait till autumn. Anyway, all right. Easy what we've been playing. News block. We'll just go ahead and get into the news because there was some news. Luigi's Mansion. Are you interested in Luigi's Mansion at all?
That's a game that I will actually want to play.
That's on your radar. Have you played any of the other ones?
I played one on the 3DS that was a remake.
Okay.
It came out like last year.
Yeah, you've played the original remake. I got you. So we finally got a date. Actually, today, it's coming out on Halloween. Day and date, October 31st.
That's a good day for Luigi Mansion.
Yes.
It's very ghosty.
Yes. So we're definitely, I'm getting that. I've already got it on pre-order. I'm probably going to take November 1st, which is a Friday off because it's coming out on a Thursday, which is bizarre to me. But I'll probably take the day off after just to play it. I'm excited. I love me some Luigi. Luigi's my main man.
He's my favorite character on the whole Nintendo
on all of
side.
Like really
all of Nintendo. I'm a big Luigi fan. Well, I mean,
really
think about it. I like green because I'm a Hulk fan. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's green. But what I love about Luigi is the stink eye. Luigi's Mario Kart stink eye is like the greatest thing ever, and so he just became
into history. Yep, yeah, it's
became
good
my
stuff.
favorite because of it.
I love it. You're not a Bowser guy?
No, I don't. Well, he kidnaps people. Like I don't
He's
support
the
that.
big dude. He's the big head honcho. If you had played Super Mario Odyssey, I don't know if you've played it or not. There's kind of a softer side to Bowser. I don't know. Something about him, like
kidnapping bad.
Yeah, well, forcing a woman to marry you bad also, but like there's this scene.
Does Mario do that?
No, but he tries to marry Peach when he gets Bowser away from her at the wedding, and Peach is just like, I don't need no man, screw both of you guys.
Way to go, Peach.
Yeah. So she tells both of them off. All right. We are getting, this is Caro territory, 2 new sets of Joy-Cons dropping on October 4th. Neon purple and neon orange combo, meaning one is going to be purple and one is going to be orange, and I need them to be reversed in another country or something so I can import them the way that I did the green and pink ones because I need both colors on both sides. So it's like a nice Halloween purple and orange combo. My husband says Clemson, and I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to even acknowledge that you said that because you're trying to ruin it for me. I don't even want to think about Clemson Joy-Cons. Yeah, so he tried to ruin it for me. The other color set that we're getting is like a darker blue, almost like an indigo, and the neon yellow. Apparently, they've not been able to sell the neon yellow Joy-Cons because they're bundling them with this thing. It looks pretty sick. Kind of like a Michigan color scheme going on.
That's weird because the neon yellow ones are the ones that are on my Switch.
Yeah, I bought the neon yellow ones like
those
right
awesome.
when they came out. Yeah, when ARMS got the yellow ones for their.
I would love to get that orange set if I can orange and blue one. Then I could have a Bears colored Switch theme on my Joy-Cons. That'd be pretty cool. I'd be okay with that.
So you would have to
Nintendo.
What you can do though is you need to go on eBay because eBay, they get these people that buy all the Joy-Cons and then they sell the single ones a little bit more expensive than what you would get if you bought them together. So what you do is you get the dark blue one for the left and then the orange one is already on the right. So
there we go. That's a good match.
You need to have like a Shaq football crossover. Just I know that
yes.
Because you, me, and Donnie are all on the football scene.
One of my favorite memories of actually when I was living in Texas was when you, me, and Donnie did the draft night.
Yes, we did the draft. Like
so much fun.
That was 2 years ago.
Yep.
That was 2018.
Yep, we did the whole thing, and I was loving it. We had a good time.
Yeah, man.
Very, very much enjoyed that. That was a good.
Is that the year that
experience?
That I know this is completely not Nintendo. That's the year that we got. No, y'all got our boy.
Yep. Broke
on.
Yeah. That was a special football player.
He's amazing. He's amazing. I know that you guys that are listening are thinking, what are they talking about? just so you know, like the step down from Nintendo and my greatest loves is probably football.
And Brian.
And my husband, of course. Yeah. Yes. So, moving right along past the Joy-Cons, I'm going to be getting all the neons. We've got a new Nintendo Switch model, and the title of our episode this week is, quote, a new Switch, ? This new Nintendo Switch is the main model, but it's getting an upgrade. And they're calling it the main model, but it's better, right? So basically the system is the same. All the dimensions are the same. The battery life is getting boosted from the normal one, which is 2.5 to 6.5 hours, depending on what game you're playing, to 4.5 to 9 hours, which is double. Basically almost double, you know?
Is it 4.5 times 2, 9? So it's double?
Yeah.
Caro?
No.
Caro, you're a smart person.
I know. I don't like math. I really hate it. So 6.5 to 9 is not quite double, but...
Oh, 6.5. I just said 4.5. Yeah.
Oh, no. 6.5 to 9 is like the higher end. And the lower end is 2.5 to 4.5. So it's almost double on the lower end. So like they gave an example that if you're playing Zelda Breath of the Wild.
Who would do that?
Well, if you're shut up. if you're playing it portably, you're getting about 3.5 hours of battery life currently. If you're playing it on the new version, you've got about 5.5 hours on the battery. So
they broke it because you should get less than 8 minutes. Is all you need.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Maybe 5 minutes.
Maybe this was a mistake bringing you into the shack.
It's not. I made one small joke.
I know. So for those of you guys that don't know, Coach Mo is not exactly the biggest Nintendo guy, but
nope.
No, not at all.
Mm-mm. Again, so
you own a Switch.
I do. I have my Wii U. I set up last week because I was really feeling some actual Mario Kart. I don't like the one on the Switch.
Really, it's the same. It's the same game, but
it is the same game. They don't change much, but
there's more people to play against on the Switch.
I like the gamepad. It fits in my hands better.
Donnie and I were talking about that last week, that we really enjoy the gamepad and we miss the gamepad.
Yeah, I like the gamepad because it fit in my hands, it fit well.
You
held it. It was nice.
You need to get the Satisfy Grip. So the Satisfy Grip, I actually purchased the Elite Bundle today. It comes with a case. And it comes with this really nice, it adds the heft to the Switch portably. So you add these grips to the back, and you can put thumbsticks on them, make the range of motion on your thumbsticks a lot better. It's meant for guys with big hands, for sure. But when I was over at Donnie's for E3, I actually felt it, and it feels like more natural than it does just holding a little brick, you know? So if you're interested in that, I think just the grip itself is $25, and I got 40% off today. So you can get $25, 40% off of whatever that is, like $16.
Yeah, because I ended up trading in my Pro controllers only because I wasn't using them.
Yeah.
And I felt like when I was playing Stardew, when it's handheld, it's fine. But it's like I'm constantly clicking buttons I'm not supposed to be. That's
a big hand problem, I suppose.
And so I went back and I actually got this. Oh, never mind. I moved it. I got a green one that looks like a Pro controller, but it's not.
Okay. So it's like one of those. Oh my gosh, who makes them? Hori makes some. I think Power A makes some other ones.
Yeah. And it was cheap. I mean, I got it for like $15 at GameStop.
Yeah.
And tried it out. Nope. Not.
Yeah.
Like when you have this controller, which Nintendo needs the Elite controller. You need something. This thing, the weight is perfect. It feels like you're not going to break it if you squeeze too tight. Mm-hmm. That one, I feel like I was crushed it in half. So
really,
I might have to go back to the Pro controller.
Yeah,
and play that way.
The Pro controller has got a lot of weight for it for me, but I've got smaller hands, and to me, 10 pounds is heavy. So I'm not exactly complaining about that one. I can't see myself playing one of those cheaper. Those are basically the ones you're talking about are almost hollow. They don't have hardly anything inside of them. So I'm gonna just do a comparison to Switch Lite. Switch Lite that's coming out has 3 to 7 hours of battery life. So even the Switch Lite is better battery than the current OG Switch. What do you know about Switch Lite? Did you hear about it?
I did not know they were making more. Like,
Okay.
I didn't know that at all. But
this news dropped last week.
okay.
They're making it where it's one full plastic piece. There's no Joy-Cons going up and down, or you can't slide them on and off. You can't play it on the television. It's basically a 3DS replacement.
Okay.
Is that something that like interests you? Or?
It has all the same internal components though. Like it's going to run the same games with the same power. So
supposedly it's gonna. Well, it doesn't have the HD rumble. So they've taken out all of the high tech things that are in the Joy-Cons because they're bringing the price down. It's going to be $199.
So the price of a 3DS now.
Correct.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay. I don't think I'd be interested in it. Like I'd have to like actually test it first. Like I'm not going to say no, I won't play it. If you get an extra 2 hours of battery life, that's always good, and at a good cheap price point, that's even better. My issue would be if it loses more weight. I already lose my Switch in places. Like when we first got the Switch, I lost it in the garage. Like I thought I lost it upstairs somewhere, and I was like, oh, I'll find it. I'm not playing it anyways. And a month or two goes by. I'm in the garage working on something, and I reach up to grab, and I go, what is this now? Oh, it's the Switch. It's been here the whole time.
Completely dead.
Yeah, no, barely turned on, or didn't even turn on. I had to dock it for forever.
Yeah.
But so now you're getting me an even more flimsy one, is what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
Like,
I see this as the kid-proof version. You know how they made those literally like bricks? We call them the door stops, the 2DS.
2D? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So this is cheaper, and your kids are going to be able to play it, and it's going to be lighter. And if it breaks, there's not a lot of real internal damage. I mean, I think they are still the same chip. Like the Tegra chip is the same. We'll talk about that in a second. But it's just kind of like a more baby model. It's smaller too.
Oh, it's okay.
Yeah, it's a little bit smaller.
So you're thinking more like a Vita than a 3DS, like
it's exactly right.
Okay.
Yes. So it is more of like it's pretty much like if I were to pick up a Vita right now, it'd probably be about the same size, I think.
Okay. I think it's smart. Like again, I'm not proud to admit this, but at one point in time, I think I had like 6 3DSs.
It's a good thing.
I had the gold Zelda one,
the one, the Triforce.
I had the Pokemon one with the different faceplates on it. I had the orange one on the front and the blue one on the black on the back.
Yep.
Okay, I had that one. Like, and you just kind of like you'll see them for a deal and you grab one because like they're like little collectibles.
Yep.
If they turn this into that same model,
that's exactly what they're going to do.
I could definitely see somebody having 3, 4, 5 Switches at home. They're like, oh, this is the one I actually play.
Yeah.
But they just love seeing the other ones. So.
They've already come out with 3 colors to start: yellow, gray, and turquoise. I want the turquoise one because that's my color. And then they've come out with a Pokemon themed one for the new game.
See, I think that's a mistake not coming out with like the Pokemon and a Legend of Zelda one, because aren't they doing another Zelda game?
There's a Zelda game coming out on September 20th, and it's when this launches.
So I could see why wouldn't they should have done like a special one with that. I think that would have sold better. Like,
I agree.
Random colors, I think that they missed that because the collectible part is the part people enjoy.
Sure.
Like,
I think for Animal Crossing is definitely going to have one in March. Because they had one for 3DS, and I almost bought it, but I never did.
Wait, Animal Crossing comes out in March? Did you say that?
Yep.
Oh my goodness, I'm taking the whole week of March off to play Animal Crossing.
Yes,
that is a game I'm excited for.
March 20th. So it was originally supposed to come out this year, but at E3 they announced March 20th, 2020, and I think they did that. Number one, they said we're working too hard on the game. Our developers need to have some time with their family. They're working too hard on it. They're not, we need to just span. And I respect that, and I totally understand. I was upset at the time, but it's fine. I got plenty of other stuff to play. But also, about bugs and fish and stuff. In wintertime, it's not exactly out. It's pretty dormant.
Yeah,
so
it's not a fun time to play.
March 20th is spring, like 1. So we're going to get the bugs and fish. We're not going to be sitting around for a whole winter wondering, what do I get to catch today? Nothing.
Yeah, the commerce in the game slows down based on the seasons. So if you started off in December, you're like, oh, hey, you caught one fish today. Way to go.
Yeah.
Here's
And
$5.
yeah, it's all like all cherry salmon and sea bass. And then I think there's only like the dung beetle to catch in the winter or in mole crickets. Something stupid. Now, when New Leaf hit, I don't know if you got New Leaf when it came out, but it was in the middle. It was June 2013. And that's when all the beetles are out.
See, I got New Leaf actually because of Donnie. We were talking about the 3DS and we were going through talking games, and he was like, Coach, I think you'd enjoy this one. This is like 3-4 years ago. I was like, I picked it up. I played that game religiously for like a year and a half. Just every night, go through, played 15-20 minutes. On Sundays, I had to go buy, what was the special thing you can buy on Sundays that you can do like
turnips?
a stock exchange? Yep.
Yeah.
I would go buy my turnips and then go through. I'm like, am I getting a good price today? Nope. I'm going to go tomorrow. And then by about Thursday, Friday, you're like, nope, got to sell. Can't hold on anymore. So I really enjoyed it when I dove into it.
Turnip market is old school Animal Crossing, like from the GameCube. That was, if people do turnips still, I'm surprised, because it's just one of those things that people are like, whatever, I'll make my money some other way. But it's a good profit. I like it. Okay, I'm glad you're going to play Animal Crossing. Yay. You, me, and Kevin, we're all going to just be dialed in the whole time. If you haven't seen the trailer, you've got to see the trailer.
I have not, so I will make sure I do that after the show. So,
dude, it's all about crafting now. You can cut down trees to make like wood and like build your town from scratch.
If they added a farming element, oh my goodness,
they do.
Do they really?
There's like you can
Animal Crossing.
You can plant. There's like a thing where you can plant like a little row of plants that I just like saw in the trailer, and you basically can grow crops. I think
it's gonna be fun. I'm really that sounds like a good time.
Yep. Yeah, man. It's going to be great. Okay. We're still talking about the new Nintendo Switch. Just this got released today. Like, people started talking about it today. So a couple of days ago, I pulled this information that a data miner had found out some updates about the new Switch hardware, that this happened before this announcement came out. So he did a quick data mining of what was in the recent update, and I'm just going to go through the bullet points really quick just so people know. Since firmware 5.0, there has been support for 3 different hardware lines, one with the original Tegra chip, and then 2 for the new Tegra chip or the Marico chip. That's going to be the Switch Lite and this new Switch. Those 2 hardware lines are called Switch Lite and Switch New. So the original Switch is the old Tegra chip. The original Switch has 4 gigs of RAM and 6 gigs for the dev kit. The new models have support for both 4 gigs and 8 gigs of RAM. Both the Switch Lite and the new use LPDDR4X DRAM, which grants a small battery boost due to lower voltages. So that's what we're seeing the increase in battery life about. The Switch Lite has a smaller screen and non-detachable controllers, while the new Switch should have the exact same form factor as the OG, which was true. The GPU in the new Switch is clocked at higher values than the Switch Lite, potentially giving a modest performance boost. So maybe we'll see more than 720p for Zelda. No, because it's already in 720p. But I'm thinking like Donkey Kong Country, Tropical Freeze, where in portable mode, I think it's only like 600p or something ridiculous. It's not okay. Larger than 32 gigabytes of memory is possible in the new units. That's a big deal because I have a chip that I keep increasing on. Even though I'm buying physical, I still have a lot of digital stuff. The 2 models have been found in the firmware, codenames Iowa and Calcio. That's speculated that one will have a more internal storage. So I guess I don't know which one would be Iowa and which one would be Calcio at this point. It doesn't matter. We've gotten the information from the leak already. There's absolutely no evidence of an actual pro version in the sense that it would be based off of the Tegra X2 or have a massive performance and or memory improvements. So for the time being, at least, we don't have a pro version, and we do have a question about that, but I'll just go ahead and roll it into the question because Donnie, the man, sent us this question for us to answer. With the original hardware revision, do you think we'll still see a Switch Pro with more graphical processing power one day, or is this as pro as it gets?
I think you have to see a Switch Pro. I think, and this is coming from an Xbox gamer, if you don't have a Switch Pro and Game Pass is coming to your system, how are you going to run the games?
Right.
Like just I was lucky enough. Someone, one of the kids at my school has, I believe it's Assassin's Creed 3 on the Switch. That is rough.
Yeah. Oh,
I know. That is rough. I mean, that thing is chugging.
Embarrassing. Like the trees are just like, it literally looks like an early PC game from the 2000s in graphic quality sometimes.
So, yeah. So if you don't get a Pro, like if you don't get this upgraded version of the Switch, what's the point of you having Game Pass? Like, could it run Ori? Like, just straight talk. Could it run Ori and have it look the way that Ori looks? Like, part of what made the first Ori game so great was literally
how beautiful it was.
You had to like stop and go, just holding your breath for a minute because it like, just shocks you.
Yeah.
You have a new Ori coming out that's going to be even prettier. That's coming straight to Game Pass.
Yep.
If you have Game Pass on the Switch, could you now not able to run it, or do you have to run it where you can only see fractions of the screen? Like, if you don't have a Pro model in the works, what was the point of you announcing Game Pass is coming to your service?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get you. I also think that we're definitely still going to see a Switch Pro model. I think what we had heard about this year from like the New York Times stuff, where they were having a smaller scale model, which is the Lite, and then the bigger model, which is, I think that is the new Switch, which is the just beefed up version of the OG. But I think we still see a Pro model. It might not be next year. It's probably going to be towards 2021. And like Donnie said, it would be great if it launches alongside Breath of the Wild. So you kind of have that mirror version of the original Switch launch with Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild 2 launches with this new Switch Pro. It needs to be, you know, amazing and not chug, because even Breath of the Wild chugs in some areas with, you know, very high foliage and lighting particle effects and stuff. It just needs to run in 1080p at least, and it just needs to happen. Now, I'm not going to buy this OG remake, if you will. I'd rather save my money for a Switch Lite that I want to collect, or save time down the road or save it whenever a Pro does come out. I'm sure that it will. Because the only thing that this seems to be is a battery improvement, and it's got a new chip in it. It's got the new Tegra chip, the Marico chip in it, but I don't see that as a reason to upgrade at the same $300 price point.
Yeah, and see, again, in my head, like, you wait long enough, someone's going to trade one of those in.
Right.
And is GameStop really going to show a difference in the price on a pre-owned one with that new chip or the other one?
That's a good point.
That would be what I would kind of be holding out for, because it would be fun to upgrade it. It would be great to have that extra battery life if you use it that much. Like somebody like, I know our buddy Flux, Jason, he's someone who, because he games at work, right? He still does that. So being able to take it with you to work and having that extra hour of life, so that maybe you don't have to charge it every day, you charge it every other day. That'd be great. For me, it's not a big deal, you know?
Yeah, I'm the same way. I've got mine almost always plugged in, especially every day for streaming. I'm not carrying it with me. The only times I take it out portably and play it is if we're going on a road trip, or if I'm in the bathtub and I'm playing in the bath, because I do that sometimes. I just, like, if I'm not reading a book, I'm playing my Switch.
I played in the pool the other day, and
dude, that would scare me.
I after an almost fall, I'll never do it again. I'm not trying to replace it. But it was one of those things where my wife bought this giant floaty thing that you lay in. Yeah. And it might be the most comfortable I've ever been in my life.
Oh, yeah. Just plain Stardew.
It props your head up just perfect. Nice. It's got like a mesh where you sit in, so like you're still kind of in the water, and your feet are like propped up on the other side, and it is so nice.
Sounds heavenly. It sounds amazing. Okay, so that's your answer, Donnie. We'll get Donnie's response when he comes back. He's not going to be back next week, guys. By the way, he's still going to be gone. So I've got the reins for a good bit. You know,
you got this. I believe in you.
Yeah, man.
I think so far this is the best Shack that you guys ever had, because I think we're doing a really good job.
I think we're doing a great job.
Yeah, your haiku was on point. Very haiku-y.
Very haiku.
That's the proper way to say multiple haikus.
I don't like to rhyme in haikus, by the way. Like, it's one thing to rhyme, but it's just more, for me, it's more about the syllables. Like, you got to get the 5-7-5 going, and then what's the point of rhyming? I feel like the Japanese were too cool to rhyme.
I think there's a joke in here about being tricky, but I wasn't sure how to lay it down, so I didn't do it.
Team to rap, it's tricky. Okay. I have a couple of anonymous questions.
Okay.
The couple of anonymous questions came from Donnie, so I doubt they're Donnie's questions, but he's like, here's some questions for the show, and he just told me about them. So now that the Switch Lite doesn't connect to the TV, do you think the Nintendo would make a traditional home console device that only connects to the TV and doesn't go with you on the go?
How hard would that be? Like, I'm just asking, like, the docking station, what's inside that? It's just a battery, right? It doesn't really...
Yeah, well, I mean, the docking's, yeah, pretty much. I think, it's got the HDMI. You're talking about a dock. I don't know. That's a good question.
Couldn't you theoretically just take the Joy-Cons off, put the little switchy part into the docking station, turn that into one box, and then sell that, and you've got a system that's this big, like the size of a hand?
Yeah. I think if you're going home console route, you're going to have to go more powerful. I don't see them doing that. I see the Switch was a hybrid that was done because the handheld market was not exactly, it wasn't going to be sustainable to continue the handheld market, especially with iPhones and Android and everything being on your phone nowadays. They're competing with the mobile market. And I think that they wanted to combine their Game Boy or DS efforts and put them back in together into one thing with their home console. So I don't see Nintendo getting back into the true handhelds as a sense, and I don't see them getting a new console going until after the Switch. I don't see them having two consoles at the same time, especially if one can plug into the TV. It doesn't make sense to me, especially after the flop with the Wii U.
I don't know why you wouldn't. Like, if you could, you're like, hey, yeah, we can make this more powerful box. Here it is, go. It would serve another function. I probably... I was gonna say I'd probably play it more, but I wouldn't. Like, it didn't. It's not the actual system that's the issue; it's the library.
Right.
Like, there's just not enough on there that I'm in love with that I would actually want to play.
What if the Switch Pro is like really, really, really good, and it's only TV, and then you have the regular Switch or the original Switch and the Lite models that do the portable thing?
That would work.
Yeah, that's a compromise. Yeah, I mean, if the Switch Pro is going to be TV only, I don't mind that. I play more. That way I'd have a Switch already to take with me on the go, and I wouldn't mind. And I'd probably have a Lite at that point. Anyway, it's not going to be a big deal for me. I play more on the TV still with a Switch. Okay. Hosting is hard work.
You're doing a really good job. I'm really proud of you. Yeah.
I'm like getting winded here a little bit. But okay. This is the other seemingly...
If Kevin can do it, anyone can do it.
Are we throwing shade at our producer right now?
It's not shade. He knows we love him. And
he's in the chat.
He never listens to the middle of a show.
So he's still in the chat. I thought he was up and about and dealing with his kiddos.
Never mind. No, great. He is listening right now.
He's actually
that's not normal.
I know.
In his almost 500 episodes of the OT, we did 3 episodes. He really only listened to like the first 3 minutes.
Yeah.
So, and he produced for us for forever.
Well, he's a good producer. He definitely true to do the awkward intro. Kevin throwing the shade on the chat. All right. Our other seemingly anonymous question that came from Donnie, but I don't think it's Donnie's question. It came from somebody, but I'm sorry if this is your question. Let us know. Do you think Nintendo will make matching Pro controllers for the Switch Lite color schemes or Joy-Cons? This also kind of fits in well with the announcement of the new colors of the Joy-Cons that got announced today. So, like, do you see like a turquoise pair, a yellow pair? We have a gray pair already.
Why? This is just me. You have a fan base who loves you the way that I love the Chicago Bears. Like, they are invested in you. They're invested in your world. They're invested in your lore. They're invested in all of your things and your doohickeys and your gadgets. Why would you go so basic to have a turquoise Pro controller? Why wouldn't it be a Legend of Zelda special scene that only the hardcore fans would know about when they saw it. That they would go, I have to have that controller, or have like in Animal Crossing, who's the horrible little person who I have to pay my loans back to?
Tom Nook.
Tom Nook. Why would you have, really dive into that and like have those great controllers for these games instead of it going with the system? The best controller I've ever bought is the Gears of War Xbox One Elite controller. That thing is.
Oh no, did I lose him again? Hey, what's up?
Playing for Nintendo too much in the shack, and I got bounced. I'm guessing
that's what happens. It's okay. Kevin will let it out.
So, whatever I was saying, but yeah, I don't understand. Like, why wouldn't they dive into that world the way they should? You know what I mean? Like the Sea of Thieves controller, I own one just because I love the game.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Instead of going with these ambiguous colors that go with these ambiguous switches, like dive into it. Like you have the ability to make great stuff. Why don't you?
I would buy the turquoise one just because I love turquoise, like I said. But I agree. I think the collectability part of it and making those color schemes is one thing. I like the neon set of Joy-Cons. I'm getting all the neon ones. I like them a lot. I just don't think after those I'm going to be buying any unless they're thematic, like Zelda, something like that. So I preferred definitely more like for 3DS. I didn't buy different colors of them. I bought the turquoise, aqua blue, and then I own the Majora's Mask Zelda 3DS XL, and then I bought the Hylian Shield one. So obviously for me, anything Zelda is a go. And they don't have, the only thing that I own that's thematic is they brought out the Xenoblade 2 Pro controller. They've done themes for their Pro controllers. They did the Pokemon Joy-Cons, but other than that, I think it does need to be more thematic than it does need to be just a color swap. You can make colored plastic all day.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. Is like I feel like if they're gonna do it, why wouldn't you go all in for your fans?
Agreed. All right, I got a couple more questions. My husband Brian asks if there was one game on a Nintendo console you could unplay, which game and why?
Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild.
Are you kidding me?
Golly. So everyone's telling me how great Zelda is. Now, again, I played like 30 seconds of a Zelda game before I dove into that world, and I picked it up and I put it in and I started and I was like, okay, what's going on? Wait, oh, my stick broke after 2 hits. I need another stick. Great. Awesome. I'm really, where do I go now? No one's going to tell me. Even better. Yep. Nope. I'm just going to wander around and die. So yeah, really fun time. But I would get rid of that. Actually, while you tell what you would do, I'm going to show you the game I'm actually playing right now on the Wii U. Okay. And I think you're going to appreciate it. So let me grab that real quick.
Sure, dude.
Your part.
The one game on a Nintendo console I wish I could unplay. It's not really a console, and I know Brian probably just means like any Nintendo console and or handheld. But for me, it's got to be, Kevin's gonna kill me, Chibi Robo Ziplash. What a disgrace to the Chibi Robo name, just to throw the little robot baby into a platformer. And I only bought it for the amiibo, but oh my God, guys, Coach is holding up literally a physical case of Zelda, The Wind Waker HD for the Wii U. Now, you like that Zelda game?
So I'm about 5 hours into this game, and I'm loving it. I love that my dude is, I don't know if he actually talks. I think the sister's the one doing the talking, and then grandma. Mm-hmm. But I'm enjoying them actually telling me what to do and how to do things and where to go.
Typical Zelda game.
Yeah, really enjoying them, explaining to me what's going on. Yeah. Probably one of my favorite intros to a game on the Wii or Wii U, how it explains the darkness and all those things that were coming through. Mm-hmm. And it kind of explains the time traveling aspect that's coming on, which I think tied into another game that I played. Majora's Mask. Was that the other time one?
Pretty much any Zelda game at this point has got time aspects in it, to be quite honest. But yeah, Majora's was very heavy on like going back in time and making sure everything didn't mess up in the future.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying that one. So I'm about
Nice.
5 hours in.
Cool. So you've gotten to Tower of the Gods, I guess.
Yep.
Yeah. That's where that time loop goes back. Super cool. All right. So he's not just been playing Stardew, guys. He's been playing Zelda on the Wii U. I still have my Wii U. I'm never getting rid of my Wii U. Okay. John asks, with all the headlines about Sony and Microsoft buying up studios, what studio or studios would you like to see Nintendo add to their first party roster?
I would like to see them get a small band of guys from Call of Duty. Is what just any group. They could be 3 employees who decided to leave the start their own company, kind of like how Titanfall happened with Respawn. They need a first-person shooter genre on the Switch. It needs to be happening more. It's one of the biggest things out there. You're missing on Apex fans. You're missing on all these other games that are going on. Yes, you have Fortnite. Okay, Fortnite on the Switch is just atrocious. Not fun at all. Just not fun at all.
Oh my gosh, Kevin might argue with you. I don't know.
So, but I would really, really love to see them just go find any group that they could take over to get a shooter on the platform.
Okay, a hypothetical company. I can't play first person shooters, dude. I have motion sickness like crazy. And so first person shooters, like the moving around stuff, I tried playing Team Fortress 2 like maybe a couple years ago, and it made me ill to like try and do that again. I just don't have, I don't know. My equilibrium got thrown off at some point when I turned 25 or something. I can't do roller coasters anymore. I can't play video games that move a lot anymore. I'm surprised I don't have epilepsy. Anything like, just flashing bright.
That sucks. I'm sorry. First-person shooter sport games are my jam. And
yeah. Oh, I know they are.
The Switch doesn't do those.
Yeah. Maybe one day soon. Maybe. For me, I'm thinking, ones that already exist. You've got Platinum Games in the bag with they're giving us Astral Chain here, and they've given us the Bayonetta 2. They're giving us Bayonetta 3. I think that the hack and slash kind of Devil May Cry Bayonetta series are very likable on Switch. Bayonetta obviously got into the Smash roster because she was popular enough. So I think acquiring Platinum Games would be something that would benefit Nintendo. I like Platinum Games. I've gotten into them just from playing Bayonetta. I didn't know about them very much before. I'd seen Devil May Cry, but I'd never played it. Good stuff. Okay. Last question. You ready?
Yep.
We're going to have a short show, but this is the last question.
It's okay.
Kevin asks for you specifically, when is the OT coming back? We need you, and I missed your face.
Okay. So here's the thing. Dev and I are like Thor and Hulk. Okay. And right now, we're in that point of time in the MCU where no one knows where Hulk's at. And Thor's doing something different, and you don't know where he's at either.
He's working I did see Thor Ragnarok, so I know that he got thrown into the Coliseum playing or fighting all the bad guys.
Yeah. So right now, in our little MCU universe that is PSVG, our characters we're somewhere else right now, and someday the stars will align and we'll come back and we'll do what we do. I love Dev. I think that if you're not a Christian believer, please don't let me offend you with how I'm going to say this, but I think God brought Dev into my life to keep me grounded. And he's such a good friend when it comes to, hey, are you taking care of yourself? Are you okay? Are you doing things you like? And he's actually led to me doing the things that I need to do to take care of myself and to be a better human being and to be a better husband, because I'm a people pleaser. I really want to show up and do things and help people out and be around when I can. But I'm to the point now where I take care of my beautiful wife and I take care of our dogs and I take care of me. And then if there's time left over, I go, yeah, let me jump on this other thing. So like tonight, because you were willing to go in a time frame that allows me to still go watch a little TV with her and spend some time with her and invest in that marriage and then go to bed so I can get up early to do all the things I have to do for football. I was like, yeah, I'm totally down. And this was such a blessing. But the reason the OT's paused is because Dev is such a good friend. He makes sure that I'm taking care of myself and being a fully functioning adult. instead of a zombie.
Oh my gosh, you're gonna make me cry. I'm like sitting over here with tears in my eyes, dude.
So, Kev, we'll be back when we're back. We still stick around. Dev is very active in the Discord, making fun of people, making fun of Donnie. I'm around when I can be. I'm really bad at social media. Like the things that my phone is used for two things: looking up fun car parts and sports stuff. So I really don't use it for anything else.
It's okay. I kind of wish that I weren't dialed into social media as much as I am. I kind of miss just not being reliant on my phone. When the power goes out, I just feel like I'm going to die, you know?
That makes me sad. I want to give you a big hug and
I know.
Please,
I know.
You'll be okay.
I'm not as bad. Like, I mean, I know how to put it down and read a book for a few hours and stuff. Goodness gracious. Well, that's going to do it. Do you have anything else? Well, I mean, like, obviously you're in the OT. If you guys don't know, the OT is like life lessons and stuff in the PSVG podcast network. Dev and Mo do that, and it's coming back soon. But as you heard, Dev or Mo needs to check in with his self, and he needs to be doing things with his soon-to-be mommy wife. And we'll see him back when... we'll see him back when he comes back. But other than OT, do you have anything to add?
I do, actually. I've been working on some little things. Donnie gave me the green light to do some writing. And so most people know how my schedule works. I moderate my time. And so, like, my wife gets this much time, and then I spend this much time working on cars or watching, sports. And so I give myself a couple, it's about an hour a week to work on some writing. And I had a couple of thoughts on things that I'd love to see just kind of happen in the Xbox ecosystem.
Okay.
And some stuff on me growing up, because I used to be very, very, very into achievement hunting. Now, I don't know when the last time I got an achievement was. Like, now I just play because I want to play. I play a lot of Call of Duty. A lot of Madden, and I already have the achievements that I need in those. But those are the two that I play the most. Every once in a while, I'll do Apex. My issues with Apex is the gunplay is so slow. Like, you have to get the right gun and get the right upgrades for the gun to be effective.
Kevin needs to school you on it.
Where when I jump in and I play Call of Duty, I know that if I pick this gun up, here's the fire rate that I'm going to have, here's how effective I'm going to be, and here's where I need to be lined up. So, but I'm enjoying it. So yeah, it's basically the biggest things for me is just little things that I wanted to do that Donnie gave me the green light to go ahead and work on.
I don't know if I lost him. You kind of cut off, but yeah, I totally get it. Like, I miss the writing aspect. I actually came to PSVG because Donnie's like, you should be on the podcast. I was like, I can blog. I don't feel comfortable talking, Now here I am, like, you can't even get like a few words out of me, but I do love the blogging aspect still. I just don't have time to sit down and put my thoughts together. I kind of do for Arcadia with Kevin. We have to do our research every week, and we have to get things written out, and so we can diatribe on Arcadia for our patrons every week. But other than that, I don't get to write much anymore. It's fine. All right. Well, I'm trying to, riff because Kevin is supposed to sign us off, but
sorry. I was like,
no, it's
cool.
fine. I just, hey, we get a longer show out of it. The longer that Kevin's away, Kevin might never come back, and we could have like an endless shack.
Okay.
But no,
so
I gotta get your wife.
As someone who's been in the shack for as long as you have been, as a Nintendo fan, was there ever a game that you felt that like actually like, how do I say this without sounding rude or condescending?
Oh, you can't offend me.
Okay. Was there ever a game that you thought that actually like furthered the whole gaming landscape? So like when I played Red Dead 2, right? And that open world and that level of artistic, just everything they put into it. Even though I didn't enjoy the game, I saw what it did. And I know that Donnie's always clamoring about how great Mario was, but that was 30 years ago. So when was the last time that they did something that you were like, this actually is going to start being seen in other games? Because as someone who doesn't play most of the Nintendo games, I don't know if I'm missing out on something like breathtaking. Like one of my favorite ones that happened recently was the what is it? The Shadow of War game and the Nemesis system. Like that is just a nasty, beautiful thing. Like, I don't know who came up with this.
Beautiful thing. I love it.
So when was the last time like something on the Nintendo side for you did that where you thought they're furthering gaming by doing this?
Honestly, I felt that way about Breath of the Wild, but open world has been done. I just don't know if Kevin says, is that a curveball? You know, I haven't had that note. So I had the notes. I didn't give Coach the notes. Coach just threw that at me. I guess it is a curveball. You know, I'm trying to think back. Donnie says Mario, you know, original Mario for the Nintendo. I got to say Super Mario 64. I remember seeing that in Toys R Us playable. And this was before I even got into Nintendo. I had my Sega Genesis and I was still playing 16-bit games. And I just remember seeing it thinking, oh my gosh, is that a video game? And it was something really profound, even for me being like 7 years old, however I was at the time. I don't know. I feel like that one, I want to say there's bits and pieces of a lot of Nintendo games that I feel did further things, like Wii Sports. You know, we had the motion controls with sports games, and I think that definitely rode out for a while. A lot of people were doing
one of the best games ever in that Wii 360 PS3. I will hands down fight for Wii Sports being one of the top games ever.
Oh, for sure. I mean, there's a reason it was bundled.
The bowling game. I cannot tell you the hours that me and friends put into that bowling game when we could literally go 2 streets down and play real bowling. But that was no. We were in the living room going nuts. We had our little Mii characters and our remotes. That was that called the nunchuck, or was it the little?
It's the Wiimote and the nunchuck.
Yep.
So you had
one in each hand. Good times. Good times.
I feel like the Wii in general furthered gaming quite a bit because that was before the Kinect came out. That's before any sort of motion controls in games were a thing.
Yeah.
Good curveball. Nice way to end it. All right, guys, we're going to get out of here. I will have another guest on next week. Coach, thanks for hanging out, man.
I appreciate it. You're, again, big Caro fan. Team Caro.
I'm a big Coach fan. I miss hearing Coach's voice on podcasts, but we'll get out of here. You go have fun with your wife, and we'll be back next week with more Nintendo Shack. Bye.
This is Frederick from Fire Emblem Awakening, and I forgot the line already. What?